Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? So, I don't remember doing a reading for you before, so I just like to explain real quick kind of how this works. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. Try to describe the picture the best that I can. There's always a reason for whatever they show or say. Hang on. Now you got me distracted. For whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind because you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, I know what he's talking about. It's not exact science. We communicate the best way we can. So sometimes you're going to have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. They don't usually give me a lot of details. They'll give me just enough so you should be able to understand what he's referring to. Details are none of my business. So we're going to talk to Jacob today. Make sure I call him by the right name. I asked for their name because we kind of stink at names. So I don't like to call him Hey You. He just kept saying as I was trying to talk, I love you, baby. Tell her I love you, baby. I love you, baby. He's actually rocking a baby. Now, I don't know if he's rocking this baby. Very, very small baby. So an infant. Don't know if he's rocking it because he was calling you baby. Let's see if he's going to tell me. Like maybe there's a baby entering your life. Boy, I'm not sure. And I hate to be vague. Really, a lot of these answers come in vague, but I don't like to be that vague. So I don't know if somebody around you has recently gotten pregnant or had a baby or somebody's going to. He's not saying who or how close to you they are, but it would have to be somebody pretty fairly close to you. He's walking around behind me. It's like he's was it Elmer Fudd? I don't know how old you are. I don't look at anybody's Facebook page ahead of time because it messes up my reading. He's walking like this, like I'm looking for the wabbit, the wabbit. So I don't. Okay, hang on. And he just keeps doing it. He's going back and forth behind me. But he's going like this, like he's sneaking, like sneaking up on the wabbit, like Elmer Fudd used to do. He's been tiptoeing around behind you. Okay. Oh, okay. I feel that. Okay. So he's been kind of tiptoeing around quietly behind you. And usually when they do that, something like that, it's because they don't want to just pop up, go, here I am, and scare that bejeebies out of you. So he's tiptoeing, but then it was like on my back, and everybody feels the energy different. So you're probably not going to feel it exactly like I do, but it was like the whole back side of me was like being pushed on, like a bubble was pushing on me, like the change in the air pressure. Just so slight that you really need to be aware of it to know that it's there. That's his energy. That's him. That's him being that close to you. Now I got bat wings on this sweater, like right in this part of my back. And I tried to show you exact. It doesn't have to be exact when it happens, but most of the time it is pretty close. But kind of up high. It was like something was pushing on me, like maybe he was pushing on me with his finger. But anyway, when he was pushing on my back, it was like the whole top of my head went. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a chill on the top of my head, like goosebumps on the top of my head. Now they make my head itch, their energy when they get too close, but this was different. This was like right here, and it was like a bunch of little chills, kind of. I'm feeling it a little bit more, but just in spots now, which is different than my normal itch that they make me do, that they give me. And their energy just makes my head itchy. I don't know why. So that's his energy. We don't have these fingers anymore to touch, so it doesn't usually always feel like a finger or things like that. It's energy. So you might feel it as the tingling. All of a sudden, the top of your head will tingle, or it's doing it again. Not quite as big as it was, but or his bubble pushing on your back. That's his energy. And he's tiptoeing all around you. He says a lot, a lot. Car problems. He's talking about car problems. So if you recently had trouble with your car, or maybe he had trouble with his car right before he left, he's can't tell if he's validating something that happened before he left or validating something that's happening now. He's trying to that it feels like he's trying to validate that it's him, so you know it's him. I ask him to at least come through with a couple things, but not the whole reading. He said something about your sister, and then he said the name Sherry. I already said we stink at names, so in my head's tickling that same energy again. So it would be at least be a female with an SSH name. And if you don't have a sister, it could be somebody that feels like a sister. I always tell people the little lady next door can feel more like your grandmother than your blood grandmother clear across the country that you see once a year at Christmas. So it doesn't have to be a blood relation. I know that's kind of stretching it out there further than I like, but that's the way it works. But now I just got the same little tickle right there. It's like something just touched me, just right there. It's like poof. So he's trying very hard. He's trying not to scare you. You sense that he's around. Maybe you're having trouble believing that he's around. And what's it going to hurt if you believe it? What's it going to hurt if you trust it? That all those little things are him trying to let you know he's there. He says, I know things are hard, but it will be okay. Give it time. Trust the process. Be kind to yourself. You are not being kind to yourself. He says, open up the doors and let the sun shine in. I don't know if he's talking about physical doors or emotional doors. He said, it's time. Open up the doors and feel the warmth on your face. Just, it still feels more like he's talking about emotional doors. And don't feel guilty. I will always be with you. Okay, he's taking not like a big tree limb, but like a twig off a tree, and he's snapping it. And he snaps it and breaks it. He snaps it and breaks it. So listen for that sound, or you might find a twig on your kitchen counter or a broken twig. It doesn't have to be broken, but he's making that. He's more getting my attention with the sound of it. So if you hear something, you could be in the store, you can be in your car. Doesn't matter where you're at. I always ask him for something unique. instead of just the butterflies and the crystal, or not crystals, butterflies and the cardinals and things like that. Something unique. So the snapping of a twig, you could see somebody be watching a movie, and they'll be walking through the forest and you hear the twigs snapping. Doesn't matter how it appears, Facebook, billboard, doesn't matter. An ad for outdoorsman, doesn't matter. That'll still be a sign from him. And make sure you validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Give him permission to bring you more. And he was going somewhere else with that too. Where were we going with that? It's gonna have to remind me. My memory's getting bad. Getting old. Something. See, and I found like feathers. I got in my vehicle. I had a drink, an open drink, set it in the console. A minute later, I looked down in there and there was a feather in it. I was inside my truck with the doors shut. So watch for something like that to show up in an odd way. It doesn't count if you're walking through the forest and you step on a twig. He's talking about. he said he said they love smells, they love sounds, they love electronics because it's something very easy for them to do without our body. He's talking about hair cologne. Don't think he's talking about two separate things, so I don't know why he's calling whatever he put on his hair cologne. He's talking about hair cologne. So something that he put on his hair that smelled. You should be able to get a whiff of that every so often. Same thing. You can be in the store, you can be in your car, you can be in your house. Doesn't matter where you're at. Okay, he's drawing my attention, and I don't know why. I'm in my spare room because my husband's home making noise. Anyway, and he drew my eyes over to my brother's urn. We had not buried him yet. My brother's name was Terry. Don't know if that is why it's like I can't take my eyes off of it now. I usually don't even pay any attention to it. So he's pulling my eyes to the urn. Don't know if he's in an urn and that's what he's trying to say, or if it's anything to do with like my brother's name, or I'm not sure why he's referring to my brother's urn. That's a first. So just keep that in mind. He says, I'll be with you till the end of time. You just have to trust it. But that does not mean you're not supposed to move on. You have to finish out your cycle. He's going like this. You have to finish out your cycle. We had fun. And he said it very softly. We had a lot of fun. Oh, now he's getting sappy. And he's singing memories. He's kind of swaying memories. You don't want me to sing, promise you. It'll be creepy. Memories. There's a song. Let me see if I don't have Alexa in the room with me here. He just touched my head again. Okay, so I can't figure out what the song is, but it's from way back. It's not a recent song. And they'll refer to a lot of those songs way back because it's something I'll pick up, a song I'll know that I'll be able to look up. But it's something about memories and stretch between the corners of your mind or something like that years ago. So I don't know if you can find that or not because I didn't just without a Alexa. Keep forgetting she's not in the room. I don't have to spell her name or she won't shut up. But while I was trying to figure that out, I was still getting the kind of a tickle, 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 tickle. But it's different than the normal when they make my head itch. And I had somebody doing that to me. Was it this morning when I woke up? Yesterday morning when I woke up. I think it was this morning when I woke up in the wee hours. And there was nothing on my arm, but it kept doing it in different places. Maybe it was him. They're not supposed to come in without my permission till I'm ready. But I didn't know who it was. But I knew it was somebody. So just watch for that. He's kind of big on it. Okay, so now he's talking about pancakes and sausage. I don't know if this was his favorite food. You just had some, you're getting ready to eat some, you thought about buying some at the store. And he's rubbing his tummy. Pancakes and sausage. I do still love you, babe. And then he said, dear. I do still love you, dear. Sometimes they just throw words out. He's going hopscotch, hippity hop. Hopscotch, hippity hop. Have no clue how that is fit in. It's always kind of amazing when I get done with the reading. People send me a message and they go, well, this was because blah, blah, blah. And I go, you never would have guessed. So I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you. He can see you. Talk to him all you want to. You're not hurting him. You're not bothering him. You're not keeping him from doing something he should be doing. Talk to him all you want to. Right. Anyway, just trust that he can hear you. And pour out all your problems. If you need his help, ask him. Ask him for help, but only asking for help in categories that he would understand when he was types of things. I always say, if Uncle Joe didn't have a pot to piss in when he was here, don't ask Uncle Joe for financial help because he doesn't understand how it fits in. So ask him for something that he can help you with that he understood here. And then just sit back and wait and allow whatever is presented to you within the next few days, usually within the next few days. Okay, with that he's going to leave. I just got a tickle on my backside. He's making a big thing about what looks like work boots, but he's calling them hunting boots that he's wearing as he walks away. Look at my boots. Look at my new boots. Look at my boots. And as he's walking away, he says, I'll be seeing you around. You don't have to worry about that. He says it is true what they say. I'm not sure who they are or what he's referring to. But it is true what they say, but he's talking about up there or something like where he's at or something along that line. Okay, with that, he's gone. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. Voice for your loved ones. Later.